Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. He is the legendary basketball coach from St. Anthony, a small Jersey City high school with a big national reputation. Bob Hurley has won over 1,000 games, won 26 state championships, and most importantly, has developed a legion of fine young men. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Larry.
I know your mission is normally to win the state championship every year that you coach, but you have a different mission today. You're trying to save St. Anthony.
Well, yes, I was asked 3 years ago to become president at the high school. And the role as president is to be an external force in raising money to make up the difference right now between the expenses in running a small Catholic school and what really the tuition is bringing in. So it's a daunting task, but it's something that as a retired guy now, I'm not just the basketball coach. I'm now involved in every aspect in school.
Let's start with the problem, then we'll move on to the solution. Dozens of parochial schools across the state, across the country, have closed up. What's the problem? Why is it happening?
Well, I think number one is that you've lost all of the religious that used to teach at the schools. When I was a kid in my grammar school, there was only one teacher out of, I think, 24 teachers, only one was a lay teacher. At St. Anthony's right now, we do not have anything but lay teachers. So you're paying salaries, but you're also paying health care. And the health care number right now, you don't have to tell anybody how staggering a number that is. And the difference between the tuition, which is $6,100, and the cost of education, which is nearly $14,000, gives us a deficit somewhere around $1.5 million.
Are you on the brink of closing right now?
Yeah, we actually had to last year because of a variety of circumstances. We weren't able to reach our numbers, and we were put on probation by the Archdiocese of Newark. And then we, in September, met with the Archdiocese again and said, based on the projections for this year in the state that we're in right now, that if we don't raise a certain amount of money by January, we're looking that in June we may be forced to close the doors. So we wanted to give ourselves more time. So instead of waiting till the end of the fiscal year and having no time, we figured we may as well address it in September and see what that can do.
How much money do you need?
Well, this year we'll probably need to raise about 1.7.
And how much do you have?
We probably are getting close now, getting close to $1 million.
And so I know you're coming on the show as part of this mission, but how are you going about raising that money?
Well, we've had a couple of events already. We had a reunion at school where we had about 400 people, ran a golf tournament. We have an annual giving. We just had an individual person make a contribution, a donor gave a contribution of $150,000. And then we have either the Parents Association, the Alumni Association. We have a bunch of events, and it's what we have to do. It's why we're open and other schools closed.
You need to reach out more than that, though, right? You need to reach out to people that believe in a Catholic education. You need to reach out to people that believe in an alternative for teenagers living in the inner city.
Yeah, and what we think we have, Larry, is we have the statistics to back it up. That if we're paying $22,000 in the urban area to educate a kid, and you're able to graduate, say 67% of those kids, we've had 100% college acceptance at the school for like 22 straight years. And when we're talking to kids about their future, it is not about getting a high school diploma. It's about where you're going to go after high school right now. Is it going to be technology? Do you have interest in going into criminal justice? What are you going to do? Because in the adult life, every decision that's significant seems to be financial.
Everybody looks at St. Anthony and looks at your basketball program. That's what people know. I'm from Philadelphia. I know St. Anthony, and I know it because of you, and I know it because of the basketball program. But when you talk about 100% of the students graduating, it's much more than that. It's not just an opportunity for someone who has basketball skills. It's an opportunity to get out of a situation that you may not want to be in for the rest of your life for lots of young children. Numbers are one thing, but you probably have specific examples of this.
Yeah, when you think about the amount of kids that are on a basketball team, I have 15 kids on a basketball team, and the school has, say, 200. And if everybody has that opportunity to go to college, it's what they now do with that. But the basketball kids, we feel, have such discipline because of what they've done in the sport, that they're very prepared to make that step, and we're trying to prepare all the other kids to have the necessary self-discipline to, to go on to college and, get a degree that's meaningful.
I want to talk about how you prepare the kids and some other topics in a moment, but before we wrap up the segment, how do people help if they want to?
Well, they can go on to StAnthonyHighSchool.org, okay, and there's a variety of ways they can help. We have a fan fund, which is a person would sponsor the gap between our tuition and the costs. And then we have all kinds of fundraisers. If somebody wants to play golf, or somebody in New Jersey would like to join our board of trustees, somebody in that North Jersey area would like to come and visit the school. There's a million ways they can do it, and I'm there all the time. They want to come and speak to me at school, observe the kids in school. I think there's nothing better than being in a meeting. I have the door open in the office, and you have a period change, and you walk out in the hallway and see how quiet it is. That it's old school in the way we approach it.
We'll continue our conversation with Bob Hurley and find out how he takes teenagers off the street who are heading in the wrong direction and put them on the right direction when Jersey Matters continues.